Welcome to my channel Faith and Prayer. In this video I will share a video about God's love and care for us. I hope you will really like to listen God's word, and I hope you will really like this inspirational story. May God bless you. Okay, let's start. God's love. The young woman sat on the dunes, staring out at the ocean. She had been coming to this spot for years, ever since she was a little girl. It was her favorite place to think and pray. Today, she was feeling particularly down. She had been struggling with her faith lately. She had been through a lot in her life, and she was starting to wonder if God really loved her. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She thought about the verse from 1 Corinthians. She knew that God's love was the answer, but she didn't know how to find it. She prayed for a long time, and when she was finished, she felt a sense of peace. She knew that God was with her, and she knew that God would help her through this. She opened her eyes and looked out at the ocean again. The waves were crashing against the shore, and the sun was setting in the distance. It was a beautiful sight, and it filled her with hope. She knew that God's love was like the ocean. It was vast and powerful, and it would never fail her. She knew that she could always count on God's love, no matter what she was going through. She smiled and stood up. She was still feeling down, but she knew that she would be okay. She had God's love, and that was all she needed. She walked back to her car and drove home. She was still feeling down, but she was also feeling hopeful. She knew that God would be with her through this, and she knew that she would get through it. The next day, the young woman went to church. She listened to the sermon, and she felt a spark of hope. The pastor talked about the power of God's love, and he said that God's love was the most powerful force in the universe. The young woman left church feeling inspired. She decided that she was going to start looking for God's love in her own life. She started by volunteering at a local soup kitchen. She met a lot of people who were struggling, and she realized that she could make a difference in their lives. She started to feel happy again, and she realized that she had found God's love. The young woman went on to have a successful career as a nurse. She helped many people, and she made a difference in the world. She never forgot the lesson she learned that day. She always remembered that God's love is the answer, and that we can find God's love by being kind to others. The young woman went on to live a long and happy life. She never forgot the lesson she learned that day. She always remembered that God's love is the most important thing in the world, and that we can find God's love by being kind to others. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4, 5, 6 and 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to visit again and subscribe for next videos.